Hey friends, it's Will from Growth Labs here, and today we're going to be doing a cold email review and teardown. So, for those of you who haven't heard of me before, new to the channel, all this kind of stuff, I run a B2B lead generation and marketing agency, and over the past year, we've sent 1.23 million cold emails for our clients, getting open rates of like 70-80% and reply rates of 10, 20, 30, up to 42%. So with all that being said, I'm going to be reviewing a cold email that a friend of mine has been sending out to market. And so let me give you a little bit of context about my friend and his business before we dive into the email. Now, my friend runs a really good Facebook ads agency specializing in e-commerce Facebook ads, right? And I know what you're thinking. It's like, these guys are a dime a dozen, and you're completely right. And that's kind of the reason why I thought this is actually a really cool cold email breakdown, because I can take you through and look at how we go and send cold emails in a really saturated and busy market. So with all that being said and done, I'm going to share my screen and jump across and take you through the actual email he's sending. I'm going to break down what's good, what's bad, what could be tested, and also give you a run through of exactly what we discussed and the angle I gave him to get way better results on his emails here. So let me just hit share screen and go into this review. All right, so this is the email that my friend is sending out to the market. And let's go into it because I'm going to tear this down quite brutally, actually, and tell you why I think this email hasn't worked and what I do differently. So first and foremost, the first sentence is one that I would get rid of, right? Now, cold email is very different to warm email. It's very different to long form sales copy. Every single line, every single word on the email itself has to have a reason to be there, right? It has to serve some kind of function. I hope you're doing well doesn't serve anything at all. You don't even know these people. They don't know you. Like, why are you hoping that they're doing well, right? Get rid of this immediately is what I would do. Now, I also really don't like this second sentence. And the reason why is it says, we reached out not long ago about the possibility of helping your brand with a free consultation to help you identify areas in your business where you can make a lot of money. So much wrong with this, right? Now, the possibility of helping your brand. It's like, well, hang on. If you've actually done your research, you should know, can you help my business and my brand or not? Like, what do you mean the possibility? And the only times I use words like that is when I'm trying to qualify people in or out. And I use it in a much more specific way to that. So that being said, I can go into that in a bit more detail later, but I just don't like the way that we position. Like, I just don't know if I can help. Like, well, then why did you reach out, right? Now, I really don't like this. These two words kind of is ones that I would strip out of any cold email. If you're doing this, please don't put these two words in there. Free consultation, because what does that scream to immediately? Right? That screams, hey, let me get onto a phone call and sell you some shit. I just would not put these two words together in a cold email, especially, if you're just reaching out to the market where it's super saturated. Like, people know. They get hit with hundreds of these emails every single day, all of them saying free consultation. It's not actually, so don't put it in there. Now, I also don't like this sentence, this bit at all. Like, help you identify areas of your business where you can make a lot of money. First of all, it's like, what a bad way, make you a lot of money. It sounds like one of those late night infomercials that sells you a crappy course or product that is not going to make a lot of money. It's going to make the person selling the product a lot of money, right? So, like, I would just not use, it's such a red flag when I see this in emails to me or to anyone else. It's just like, no, straight off the bat, this sentence, I guarantee it, you've lost 99% of your audience. Now, also, like, what is a lot of money, right? Because 10,000 is a lot to some people, but for others, it's like, if I only make 10,000, I'm going broke, right? 100,000 is a lot. $1 million could be a lot. It might not be. Businesses out there, if you make 1 million a month, they're firing their staff. Like, things are really, really bad. So, like, what does that mean, right? And it doesn't mean a lot or anything, actually. So let's just get rid of it. Now, next thing, I know a lot of people have, try to personalize the cold emails by saying things like, I love your products, I love your post. No, like, unless you can give them a specific reason for why you like their products in a very specific manner, this comes across as fake. So don't do this, right? Oh, I really liked your post. Yeah, which one? What it was about, right? I like your products. Like, which product? What did you like about that specific product? So unless you're actually in a very targeted area where, for example, you have niche down to the point where you help pet companies sell a specific pet product, and you like their product because it's different from how every other pet company sells that one type of product, just don't do it. Like, it just comes across so fake, and people smell it from a mile away. Like, just do not. You damage your own brand by doing this. Now, they've linked, I think in this case, it was like a video of their website, or like a Loom video or an image. Again, like, unless you can specifically give them a reason to click on the Loom video or click on the image, just don't do it. Like, there's just really no point. Now, I know we said image, but in this case, it was actually a Loom video looking about some stuff on the website. But from here, like, there's nothing that tells me why I should click on this weird link that some random dude has sent me to watch a 5-minute video. It's just like, no, there's so many objections and barriers you put in place by putting a video on here when you haven't explained, hey, I went through your site and there's one thing I noticed that you can really fix to do this. So again, even then, I still wouldn't do this because it might be a little bit too early, too soon. And you need such good nuance and cadence to get people to be like, this is a random email, but it's kind of interesting enough for me to click on a Loom. So be very careful about using things like that. Now, this next sentence, again, a waste of space. With over 30% of Australians already shopping online, no shit, Sherlock. Like, okay, the sky's blue, water's wet. Like, what else? Obviously, people shop online, right? We don't need to tell these e-com businesses that people shop online. Like, it just makes no sense. They've come through and name dropped something about the company. But look at this sentence here. Like, what's your business strategy to beat the competition in 2023 and beyond? Like, what is your secret sauce? I'm a random person cold emailing you out of the blue. You've got no idea who I am, but tell me your entire marketing strategy. Like, yeah, bit too much, too soon, not done the right way, not nuanced enough. Is just never going to work asking a sentence like this. Now, that being said, I'm a big fan of using question marks in cold emails, but not like this, right? Not the right question, not the right context, not the right time to be asking something like this. So this is a question every business needs to ask, or you can leave it to craft it for us. Again, if we come out of the blue, they've got no freaking idea who we are. Obviously, if you're saying it's a really important thing, it's a really important thing, but why would I leave it to a complete random who is giving me super generic stuff about online shopping, and leave one of the most important parts of my business, or so you say, and leave it to you, who's got no idea who I am, I've got no idea who you are, and you're going to come in and give me this marketing strategy that's going to beat my competition? Okay, pretty doubtful, but if you say so. Now, here we go with the next one. It's like, we know it can be overwhelming and stressful. Okay, like, don't make assumptions about what if they actually really enjoy their business. What if they've got a good business? Like, it's just, don't make assumptions in cold emails. You can ask questions, but I generally never make assumptions about, especially kind of negative ones, right? About businesses. It's just, I don't like to start things on a negative foot in terms of relationship building. And the cold email for me is all about relationship building. So don't do this. Like, don't just assume things are crap in their business, because chances are it's not. Now, next bit, as I grab a sip of tea. With competition more intense than ever, good strategy won't cut it this year. Only great ones. Again, super, like, what is a good strategy? What is a great one? How do you define the difference? What are you basing this on? Like, it's kind of like very generic statements. Like, you need to be marketing. Whoa, whoo, like, awesome, great, thanks for nothing. Like, it's so like, just nothing words, right? Nothing statements. And this is a really big problem with a lot of cold emails. It's just that it's a lot of filler. Like, get to the point. What is the thing that you're helping me with, and how? Like, what's in it for me? Now, we then go into a bit of social proof, kind of a little bit of social proof, right? Which is always good. Hey, we're a top 2% Google partner, 1% Facebook partner. So we get access to industry insights. Yeah, cool. And pair them with award-winning strategies, like, crafted by Australia's top marketers. Okay, so I've just got to say, I really do not like these statements. Like, I really passionately do not like these statements. If you were one of Australia's top marketers, you would not have to call yourself one of Australia's top marketers. It's like when you go to a pie shop and they go, best pies in the world. Like, yeah, by whose bloody standards? Like, just because your mum says you've got the best pies, just because your mum says you're the Australia's top marketer, does not mean you're Australia's top marketer. Like, dudes, do not put this kind of shit in cold emails. I get super frustrated when I see this kind of stuff because people raise their guards immediately, right? Their defenses go up straight off the bat when they're like, Australia's top marketer. I know there's a sell, like, I know you're trying to sell some stuff in here because I tell you what, the top marketers, they're so busy with work, right? Or they're so busy trying, talking to leads. They don't need to say, oh, I'm Australia's top marketer. Like, people are saying it for them, not them saying it themselves. So I would completely strip this sentence out. In fact, I think it's actually a red, right? It's a red flag. If you have to say stuff like this, it's an absolute red flag to me. Now, that being said, like the fact that you're a top 2% Google partner and 1% Facebook partner is actually good. Like, I think that's really good social proof, but in and of itself, it doesn't mean anything because as people reading, they're like, great, hey, top 2% Google partner, hey, top 1% Facebook partner, but so what? Like, what does it mean for them? So go more into detail, like, because of this, because we manage, $1 million in ad spend for other e-commerce brands, we have the secret sauce to knowing what works for e-commerce businesses. That's such a stronger statement than we're top 2% and what 1%. So we get insights. Like, everybody gets insights. There's a thing called Google, and you can Google the insights and you'll get it. Like, you just need to qualify this a lot better if you're going to be using stuff like this as social proof. Now, next bit is, so if you're looking to grow your sales, make the most out of 2023, we're setting this in like April or May of 2023. We're like halfway through the year almost. This needed to be changed. Like, okay, so we're halfway through the year. What do you mean? And like, if you're only developing strategies now, goddamn, you've missed the boat. Like, you really have. And the best ones are with, like, we've obviously taken this bit out because we don't want to mention who it is and for privacy. But the best ones were with us. Like, no, how do you qualify this? Again, why so generic? And then we're going to ask is there any chance you're available for a quick call for 15 minutes? Really, really weak ask. Hey, please, sir, please, madam, is there a chance that we can have a quick 15-minute call to you? Like, again, like, hey, are you doing a free consultation or are you just doing a quick call for 15 minutes? Because a free consultation that only takes 15 minutes is probably, let's just be honest, a pretty shit consultation, right? So what is like, it's a really bad ask off the back of a really weak email. And so it was no wonder that 99%, like it wasn't 1%. This email completely bombed. This email completely failed. And this is why. Like, you've got really weak ask. 90% of the email, as you see on here, is orange and red. It's filler emails. There's nothing that helps to differentiate you from everybody else. Nothing that gives value to the person reading this email. And yet it's like, well, hang on. So you expect people to reply? And then the PS is like, I genuinely think we can help you. But dude, you've shown no reason for them to think that you know about their business. You haven't given any personalization or reasons why you have, or any research you've done about them. And then you go, but if I don't think this is the case, if I didn't contact you, well, there's no wonder most of the email replies like, yes, please don't contact me. Like, it makes complete sense to me why this email isn't working. So here's the thing. We've looked at why this email doesn't work. Let me tell you about the angle that we've taken to change this to make it a lot better, or to actually have this as work, something that could work. So I'm going to come back to the camera and just talk to you directly about the angle I will take. Now, given the context that e-commerce business owners and retailers and all other business owners are just getting hammered every single day by like hundreds of these crappy cold emails, it's no wonder, right, you don't get replies. So I think the main thing that I told my friend when having this conversation was that he's going to go from like a red, slimy cesspit filled pond or swamp into a blue ocean, right? Blue ocean strategy to stand out and don't become commoditized. Because the truth of the matter is, Facebook ad agencies and marketing services to e-commerce business owners is definitely saturated. Like, there's so many bad ones popping up every single day. There's so many people who just watch a YouTube video or course and go, I'm a marketing agency. Like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you're not. Just relax. But these are the same people that are hammering e-commerce business owners every single day. And so they're getting a lot of blindness, right? There's a lot of commoditization in the market. So here's how I position it. My friend actually has a really good e-com company. Like he owns an e-commerce brand and a company that does really good numbers and has a good product. And so I said to him, look, the way that we're going to differentiate and uncommoditize what you do is not to approach it from the ad agency angle. It's to approach it from the e-com business owner angle. And so what I mean by that is rather than sending emails from this Facebook agency, send it from your e-commerce business and reach out to your fellow e-com business owners and say, hey, something like this, right? Not exactly like this, something like this, something like, hey, kind of like really random, like kind of something random. But I own this e-com brand, which is this. We're kind of working in a similar industry, and lately, from one of my partners, I've actually got a bunch of like Google ad credits. I've got like $150 in Google ad credits, and we just can't use it anymore because we've actually been using a lot of these, and they just won't accept these from us. Rather than going to waste, figured out reach out and see, hey, if you're doing any advertising, do you want $150? Right? Because when you do that, there's one of two things happen. One, your power parity or your power positioning is now on parity or on par with the people you're reaching out to. You're not just some crappy agency that, same as everyone else that's reaching out to them 100 times a day. You're a colleague. You're an e-com business owner who, for some reason or another, just wants to give them free money, right? So your power positioning is now the same as the people you're reaching out to. Again, this is an entire concept in and of itself. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a video about this, but you bring your power parity up on par with the people you're reaching out to. Now, the second thing that you do, which is really cool with this angle, is that you're now offering value in advance, right? So rather than going with your hand out, can I have a free call with you, please? I'm going to do a free consult. Now you're like, hey, I'm going to give you $150. Like, and no business owner that I know would turn out $150 for nothing. Like, you just don't really like, even the ones who are making tens of millions of dollars. Like, well, if someone's offering me 150, cool, I'm going to take it. Like, I kind of random, but hey, I'm not going to say no to it. I'm not making so much money that I'm going to turn out $100. So the second bit is you lead with value in advance. You lead by, to become a good friend, you need to be a good friend. So you're leading by starting the friendship by offering them something of value, which I think is really kind of cool. Now, what happens then is that you then get an opportunity, right? You don't get a call right off that. You don't. You get an opportunity to build a relationship and a communication stream to build up to a call. And so what I mean by that is they might turn around and say, yeah, cool, random, but sure, if you want to give me $150 of Google ad credit, I'll take it. But that gives you an opportunity to go, okay, great. Hey, cool, here's the ad credit. Just by the way, when it comes to similar area, hey, look, we'd love to see what you guys are doing for ads. Like, happy to show you some of the stuff that's working for us. We're not direct competitors. Happy to show you some of the stuff that's working for us and why we're spending so much on ads. And hey, if you want to, if I can give you some feedback and insight on your ads, cool. Happy to do that as well. Right. So again, you're coming at it from a value giving perspective, coming at it from an angle of being friends and building the relationship first. And so they might come back and say something like, yeah, cool. Look, I've got 10 minutes. Do you want to jump on and have a chat? And that's when you can talk about not just I wouldn't just focus on ads, but I'd go and talk about the business. Like, hey, here's what I find in my company. Do you find that as well? Like, hey, that product kind of looks similar to this. Are you using these guys for your supplies? Oh, cool, awesome. And you start really understanding them and their business. And so finally for that, you then go and talk about ads, right? And go, hey, okay, cool. So here's the thing. Here's some of the ads that are working for us. Are you guys running a lot of ads? Like, what's going on here? And you're going to get to the point where you can show them some of the ads you're doing for yourself and show them the result. And they're going to go, hey, that's really awesome, really cool. How are you guys doing this? And then that's when you get to again, see the idea that you can do it for them by potentially saying something like this, right? You can say something like, well, actually, I tried 10 other ad agencies ourselves. They were all crap. They're all wasting my money. So I found one, or, I found someone who was really good at what he did. And I just went and bought his business and just bought his ad agency because he was the only one out of 10 who could get me results. All right, so now we just do this for ourselves. I've got a select few other clients who are more like colleagues and friends that we work with that we can guarantee the results on. And so we do have this kind of ad agency thing, but it's only invite only. But hey, based on what you do, would it be worth having a conversation? Do you want to have a chat? Happy to do it, but if not, that's completely fine as well. So now you're coming from even stronger position where you're like, if it doesn't work, cool, I don't need to talk about it. I've got my invite only list. I've got my e-com business. We do this for ourselves. And so it becomes a conversation where they're chasing you for information, where they're chasing you for results and for value, rather than the other way around, where you're just trying to cram like a free crappy consult down their throats, right? Just not a good place to be. So we're revamping his emails now. He's going to get it out to market. I'll report back in terms of stats, but early stats show it's already kind of working. He's already got calls booked from the angle versus from this kind of stuff that we've gone through here. So hopefully, by tearing down his email and by going through and showing you what are the bad bits, what are the good bits, what we test, different angles of thinking, I've given you some ideas that you can implement in your own cold emailing, in your own lead gen. If you've got any other questions, please leave me a comment or send me an email back to here. Do all the social stuff like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And I love doing these email reviews because I geek out about this kind of stuff. So if I can do an email review for you, or if there's any kind of cold emails you want me to look at, or even other forms of sales copy, please let me know. Again, comment below, share this. Send me an email. My website is growthlabs.com. Jump on there and send me a contact message. And hey, we'd love to do more of these. And if your copy is interesting, I'll come up and do some reviews for you, and we'll take it from there. So hope you have an awesome day. Hope you like this video. Hope you got some value and learnings from it, and I'll catch you on the next video.
Now, imagine this. You're on the most perfect holiday ever. You're driving through the picturesque countryside of New Zealand. You've got the mountains and the lake on one side and clouds on the other side. You're feeling a little bit hungry, so you pull over to a cart on the side of the road and pick up the best looking apples you've ever seen. Now, what do you see at the Apple store? You see an honesty box asking you to pay for however many apples you've taken. And kind of random, but why am I saying this story to you? Well, this channel is kind of like that honesty box. So we do our very best to put the best value content and ideas and strategies out there so you can go and use them to grow your business. The only thing we ask in return, i.e. the honesty box, is that you subscribe and like the channel so it gets out to more people and can help more people grow their businesses and have more of an impact. So thanks so much for watching this video. There's probably a whole bunch of other videos around here somewhere, but remember, like and subscribe, and muchas gracias. Thanks, team. Bye.